whenever you ready to go lah. Okay. Bila you buat ni waktu pada tengah pagi tu dulu. Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to our boot camp. So we will keep, okay, so now we have about 23 students. So maybe we can wait for another 3 minutes. So meanwhile waiting, please get all your friends to join us. So today we will be covering about video resume and also digital interview. Just a moment, okay? Okay, good morning, Lisandra, Grace, Sri Priya, Pamela, Siti Nur Hazika. So basically, you guys can, let me know if you guys are very comfortable for me to speak in English or Malay, nak campur also I can. So yeah, just maybe you can just drop a comment whether you want me to share it in English, Malay, or but mostly it will be in English lah. But of course, I can campur Malay and English. So with me today, I have my colleague Irdina, maybe who will be. English, please. Okay, great. It's okay. Okay, we will continue. It's English. No worries. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Ani. Okay, we shall start in a minute. So meanwhile, I explained about video resume. You guys can also drop any question and we will try to answer all the question if possible. Okay, let's start now. All right. Okay. So what is a video resume? So basically a video resume is a resume that is turned into a video. So we kenapa stop? So basically here is why you should have a resume. Of course, it will support your written resume. It will highlight your interpersonal and presentation skill, and also it show your confidence and personality, and it's useful for jobs that requiring specific skills. So basically a resume is another form of resume that will highlight your interpersonal, like for example, if you are applying for PR position or anything that would portray your communication skills, so resume would be the best indicator for employers to take a look at your portfolio and your personality lah. And it is really useful for jobs that requiring that specific skill. So like I said, for corporate field, like a PR, marketing, it is really important for you to know how to communicate and whatnot. And here is the tips of making a good resume, video resume. So firstly, you have to prepare a script. It is really important for you to talk with a script on, because you cannot be stuttering. You cannot be just cakap without any arrangement of what to talk. So, and of course you have to make it relevant to your specific audience. So if let's say you want to apply for a communication position, you have to prepare a script that is related and relevant to that position. And of course, when you are making a resume, you have to dress appropriately, just the same as you want to go for an interview. And also you have to keep your surroundings quiet, tidy, and well lit. And you have to record with the best quality possible, and you have to keep it short. Nothing is over than 2 minutes, because too long video resume will be a bit lengthy for your potential employers to take a look at a resume. Unless you are making a portfolio, then that would be relevant to it lah. So here is some tips before making a good resume. Of course, you have to prepare a script. As I said earlier, you have to make it relevant to your specific audience. And of course, you have to dress appropriately. If possible, you just imagine that you want to go for an interview. That is how you do a resume, okay? Um, Keep your surroundings quiet and tidy, record with the best quality possible, and keep it short. As I said just now, nothing is over than 2 minutes unless you are applying for a job that require you to do a portfolio, then that would be relevant lah. So during filming your video resume, of course, you have to be professional and confident. Confident is the key, okay? And also make sure your eye contact is on the same level and be professional and confident. Of course, when you have prepared the script, you have to talk about points that someone might miss on your written resume, because sometimes when you're sending a resume, potential employees might miss some point that is written in your resume. So when you create a video resume, you can highlight that point, and that would be an advantage for you to, for you to talk lah. So such as example, maybe if you want to put your experience or characteristic that is relevant to the position in your written resume might be a bit lengthy, so you can put it, you can film it in your video resume, okay? So you have to know your words. Make sure you choose a right words of doing it. Take the chance to show your relevant talents and skills. Like I said just now, if you're applying for marketing position, PR, what else? Banking, customer service, you have to make sure that you have a very good communication skills. So this is the platform and chance for you to show your relevant talents and also skills, okay? Dress like attending a physical interview session. Like I said just now, just pretend that you are attending a physical interview session, dress very properly. And last but not least, you have to have fun and be yourself, okay? Right, okay. Keep on, if you have any question about video resume, just drop. I'll get my team, Irina, to read out to me. Also, my colleague here, we already create a Google form. Please fill up that attendance. Okay. Next is what you should do after filming a resume. So of course you have to rewatch what you have filmed and re-record if necessary. So this is actually an advantage for making a resume, because if you go for an interview, you couldn't, you couldn't re-record, or you couldn't redo it. So when you are sending a video resume, you can rewatch what you have filmed and also re-record if necessary. If let's say you tak puas hati, you can just do it until you satisfy with that quality, okay? Also make sure to edit your video for conciseness and also clarity. Make sure it is clear in a very good quality, okay? And here is the no in generating a resume, okay? So firstly, you cannot simply recite your written resume on video resume. So of course you have to explain, tell about yourself, but you don't simply baca one-to-one what is written in your resume on your video resume. Also, you have to keep your personal life off camera. Don't start unprepared. That is why script is really important. Avoid curse words and also slang. Please keep cool and don't be over expressive, okay? So that is about a video resume. Please drop us a question. Also, I will get my friend Irina to share with you a link of a resume. Maybe you can take a look. Okay. All right. So here's the link. So basically, resume can be in two types of video resume. It could be the one that in animated resume. It could be one resume you yourself from yourself. Okay. What are the recommended Okay, we have one question from Lissandra Gabriel Story. What are the recommended application to edit a resume? Okay, so basically, if you are an Apple user, you can use iMovie to do it. Other than that, you can use Final Cut Pro, or you can just simply use any Windows app if you can. And maybe you can also use your phone to record your resume. And most of the companies right now, they require resume is part of wajib for you to upload before you apply for a job. Okay. Should we include subtitle? You should include subtitle if your video resume is in Malay. So yeah, because but it should be in English lah. Unless you are speaking in Mandarin. Yep. Yep. But please try to edit without any app watermark. Okay. Thank you, Ong Wei Ming, for your question. But yeah, you should see if it is necessary. But if you don't think it is necessary, then you don't have to. But for English, it's very universal. So I don't think so. You should put any subtitle. Any other questions? Keep it coming, guys. No worries, Wei Ming. Maybe some of the video editor app that you guys can use is such as InShot, Splice, Final Cut Pro, iMovie, or I mean, like if you're an Android user, iPhone user, you can just straight away edit through your phone, but make sure the quality is on par. Okay. How many minutes should a standard resume be? Okay, so like I said just now, it could be, it depends. It totally depends on what position you are applying. If you're applying for something that require you to share a portfolio, it could be a bit lengthy, but it is advisable for you to only limit your resume to 2 minutes. Okay. Nelisa Damanhuri, what are the main points that should be included in a resume? Okay, so basically what is really important for you to include in your resume, of course, you have to share about yourself, your strength, and something that is not written in your written resume, such as your experience, experience could be very lengthy for you to put it in a resume. So in a resume, it could be, you can express it in the resume, okay? Yeah, your experience of, okay, any relevant skills that you want to highlight, yeah. You can refer to the YouTube link that we shared also. Have you guys watched it? You just have to make sure that you start prepared. I mean, like whenever you want to start filming, you have to be very well prepared with a script. Please don't start unprepared, okay? Okay. I think we can move into a digital interview, but if you have any question, just drop in our chat box. We will get back to the chat box in a bit, okay? Okay, so digital interview. So what is a digital interview? So basically, a digital interview, there's two types of digital interview, which is one, a face-to-face digital interview, but it is actually a virtual interview, meaning like you have a session with your potential employer through through a digital platform. And another one is the one that we are going to explain today, a process where applicant receive, oops, sorry, I am really sorry. Okay, a process where applicants receive a series of questions, then record their responses for the hiring manager to view later. So basically, this type of digital interview is more structured. So this digital interview is different from different from a video interview. So that video interview is, like I said just now, a face-to-face through a video. It is a virtual interview lah, basically. So as a digital interview, it does not involve a real-time interaction between the applicant and also the hiring manager. So basically, this digital interview is more to a process where the potential hiring manager will give you a set of questions and then you have to do it in a video type, okay? So benefits of digital interview, of course, the flexibility. Not only do hiring teams have the flexibility to review interviews when and where it is best fit their schedule, but of course you as applicants also, candidates also, are able to complete a digital interview at any location, anytime. So basically it's a flexible according to your time, but of course you have to follow their timeline, okay? If let's say they give you some sort of like timeline of a week, so you have to submit within that week, okay? So quality, digital interviews create a consistent, structured interview format that leads to improved hiring outcomes. Also, through a digital interview, one of the many reasons why organizations choose to implement video interviewing is because it reduces time to hire by speeding up the screening process. For you as a candidate, you can likely expect faster response time and avoid the added stress of long waiting times for the results, meaning to say they can quickly respond for your interview. And here is how do you prepare for it. Okay, how do you prepare for it? So you have to make sure before the interview, you have to make sure your audio, video, and internet is working well. That is really important because you cannot be, like your internet cannot be very bad because you are interviewing with someone, and then you have to pick a distraction-free background with lighting. Dress appropriately, same as doing a resume. You have to dress as if you are going for a physical interview. Practice timing yourself answering questions and also practice speaking on camera so you can adjust your posture and also angle. Make sure your eye contact is, like your eye level, you have to make sure you have an eye contact with the camera in front of you, okay? We have a questions from Fitlane, but we'll get back to that, yeah? Okay, so during during a digital interview, you have to maintain eye contact with the camera, like I said just now. You have to ensure the camera is angled properly. Keeping it slightly above eye level is best. And of course, you have to speak clearly and avoid pausing or stuttering. Keep it natural and show off your personality, okay? So basically, I personally think that digital interview is like an advantage for you because some people would be so nervous when you are meeting your potential hiring manager face to face. So during digital interview, maybe it could macam kurangkan that nervousness. Yep. So this is the time where you can show off your personality because it's just you and a camera and also your potential hiring manager. So, yeah. after an interview, you have to send a follow-up email to the interviewer to thank them for their time and the opportunity. After that, feel free to call or send an additional follow-up email to us where you stand and when you will be notified. So same as a usual interview, a physical interview, you have to follow up. Send a thank you email, follow up with them. When can you get a feedback from your interview and whatnot? Okay. Do you guys have any question about digital interview? Just keep on chat with my team. Okay, so here is a tips to succeed in digital interview. Okay. First, of course, you have to do your research. The more you know about the company you are applying to, the better prepared you will be for your digital interview. So, of course, you have to learn about their products, make sure you have product knowledge, and also understand the company's culture. Research who you'll be working under. Maybe what I would advise, maybe if you know you are applying for that certain job, you would do some research who is your your potential, who you'll be working under. Like if let's say you know who will be your boss, and then you can do some background research. But whatever it is, you need to know about the company culture, about the knowledge. Yep. Okay. And then you have to rehearse and practice. Keep in mind that digital interviews are always structured interviews, hence practice answering the most common interviews question. Familiarize yourself with industry, most recent changes, innovations, news, and whatnot, okay? To be honest, okay. Okay, I have a question from Nelisa Damanhuri. I have a hard time maintaining eye contact with the camera because I ended up looking at the interviewer or myself. Do you have any tips? Okay, so I would advise you. To be honest, I have the same problem. But what you can do is try to rehearse yourself in front of a mirror. Okay, just imagine you are talking to. Of course, in the mirror you are looking at yourself. So just practice looking at a mirror, or kalau tak pun you can just open your camera, front camera, and then macam like this. Yeah, so like this. Try to put your camera right tepi your webcam. Okay, and then you can practice talking to it. All right. Okay, I hope that would answer Nelisa. Pamela Yo, usually what is the most suitable period? 1 week or 2 weeks to contact the company for a follow-up. Okay, I would suggest you to send a thank you email right after you had an interview. And of course, for a follow-up, a week would do. Okay, 2 weeks would be a bit long. Unless you haven't listened to them, then you can send another follow-up email after 2 weeks. Fitlin, Miss, do you have any tips on how can we make sure that the attention of the interviewer sticks to us? I am pretty sure that the interviewer attention will stick to you guys, because usually digital interview would take just about 15 to 20 minutes, okay? Right, okay. So next is trick out your tech. When you are trying to focus and making a good impression during an interview, the last thing you want to worry about is a tech malfunction. So you have to make sure you have a solid setup. Like I said, you have to make sure everything is top notch. Like your internet connection, your environment and background and whatnot, okay? So, Ong Wei Ming did share a tips about weird webcam mode that enables eye contact conversation. Yeah, maybe you can refer to that, Nelisa. Okay. Next is to dress appropriately. Just because you are not physically visiting your prospective employer, that does not mean you shouldn't dress like you are. Like I said just now, match your apparel to the expected dress code. Meaning to say, if you have to wear a blazer, please do so. Okay. Answer with enthusiasm. Speak passionately and with enthusiasm shows your interest in the company and makes you a more appealing prospect for the opening. Meaning to say, you have to show to your potential company that you are really keen with the position, and you have to show your enthusiasm in your interest in that particular position. Okay, so I think that is about digital interview. Do you have anything to ask? Okay, drop any question. Okay, we'll get back. Okay, we will go to Fitlin question just now. Regarding a resume, how should the background be so that we were showing professional during the video? Okay, Fitlin, it would be best if the background is in a white background. Try to find a very bright space, white background, a very clean background. If possible, janganlah dekat dapur ke. Kalau if let's say you have to do it in your bedroom, make sure it is very well kemas, well tidy. What else? Any question? Also, guys, you guys can also watch few tips video on our YouTube page, Graduan. There will be a lot of Tidbit Thursday, career hacks and whatnot. Okay. Any questions about resume, digital interview, anything that you guys are confused? Mm-hmm. Yang mana tu? Jap. Boleh? Moment. I personally think that it is really important for you guys to master a digital interview and also video resume, because the current situation right now, most of it requires you to undergo a digital interview or a virtual interview, okay, because of the COVID and whatnot lah. We have a question from Nelisa. Can we submit the same resume to all company that we apply for? Okay, so basically, yes, you can send the same resume, provided you are applying to the same or most likely the same position lah. If let's say you are applying for communication position in company A and you are applying for a technical position in company B, then of course you cannot send the same resume, okay? Next question we have from Lisandra. Normally a digital interview will involve managers like 2 or 3. Okay, so basically a digital interview will involve maybe just one for first step, for a preliminary screen will be just 1 or 2 hiring manager. If let's say you can go to the next step, then it will involve maybe director or your potential boss. Okay. Um, sorry. What are the possible question the interviewer will ask? Okay, so the possible question that the interviewer will ask might be uh, they will basically ask you something that sometimes they just want to see how do you think. So they would ask you something that is out of box, but most of the time they will ask you about yourself, about your experience, how do you see yourself in 5 years. Yeah. Siti Nurhazika, the same question as kita dah jawab ke? Usually during the interview, how many people are involved? Okay, so like I said just now, during the digital interview, for first preliminary stage would be just one or two hiring managers that were involved lah. Lysandra, so do you mean there are a few stages of interviews for digital interview? Yes, Lysandra. So if let's say you manage to go to the next stage, the next stage would be in a visual interview as well. I mean in a video interview as well, provided they ask you to go to the office itself for you to attend a physical interview lah. But for now, I think the current situation would require you to do all the interview online. No problem, Siti Hazika. Mm-mm. Okay. Sekejap. Tekan dapat ke tak your email. Tapi video tu ada je dekat. Belum. Okay. Okay, from Diane Esther, do we have to highlight our achievement in the resume also, or we just give a brief information about it since the resume maximum duration is 2 minutes? Okay, so basically, yes, of course, you can highlight your achievement in the resume. Maybe you can give a brief information and also explain a bit. Try to max your video for 2 minutes. But no harm it could be a bit longer. Okay. What about if they ask about our presentation or performance? Siti Nurhazika asked if they ask about our presentation or performance. Do you mean they ask for your portfolio? I don't really understand your question. Maybe you can re-ask. Apa maksudnya? Maybe you can elaborate more about your question, Siti Nurhazika. Okay. Next question from Lisandra. Should we be totally professional about being personal? Is it to see if you are professional? Yes, obviously you have to be totally professional without being personal, meaning to say you have to avoid about bragging off about your social media, about who you are. I mean, just be yourself and be as professional as you can. Mhm. Okay, a moment. Okay, so we have a resume example. I will share screen with you guys.
Hi, my name is Wafi, and I believe...
Okay. Okay. Aku cakap semua. All right, here's a resume example.
Hi, my name is Wafi, and I believe you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
So this resume is about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Maybe you guys can take a look at it.
I graduated from the International Islamic University Malaysia in 2018 from the Department of Communication, specializing in journalism. During my time studying, I was involved in a number of different student societies, including the campus newspaper, radio, the Secretariat of Communication, and the Institution of Public Relations Malaysia Student Association. All these societies strengthened my leadership and public speaking skills and made me a more holistic student. Being a member of different sports teams, including athletics and rowing, also helped me become more disciplined and goal-oriented. Apart from the skills mentioned, I'm also proficient in a number of different applications, including Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe After Effects, Adobe Premiere, and of course, Microsoft Office. I feel that my skills will be of value to your esteemed organization, and I look forward to being part of your dynamic working culture. You can reach me via email here or visit my online portfolio here. I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Okay, so okay. So basically, that is some of the example of. That is one of the example of a resume. So that is about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So basically, in that resume, he highlights about what about his experience, what skill does he have, and how to contact and whatnot lah. So if you guys have any question, can just drop in our chat board. You can always do your resume in a very creative way. It's totally up to you guys how you want to do it. Like I said, it could be in an animated visual. It could be like the one that we show you. Depends on your creativity course, and of course, if you have any, like if you are applying for a graphic design, it would be very relevant for you to do it in an animated way. You have any question? We're gonna end the session in 5 minutes time. So meanwhile, just we will share with you our grad one YouTube link. No problem, Siti. All the best. We hope you will create a very great resume soon. Don't forget to fill in the form in the Google Docs for your attendance. Idina nanti share dengan diorang link YouTube. Okay. Buka chat YouTube. Okay, sekejap ya. Buka dalam YouTube. Mana template ni? Okay. So I'm going to share with you guys
During the MCO, we've all had
how to ace your virtual interview as well. Jeez. All right. So this is some tips of how you can ace your virtual interview.
During the MCO, we've all had to adjust to new norms, especially in the way we interact with other people.
So
of course,
basic.
virtual
Okay.
job interviews have now become more common than ever. Here are 3 tips for you to ace your virtual job interview.
Come on, let's do this!
Number 1, do your research. Just as you would with a regular interview, understand the role you're applying for and know the company beforehand. Number 2, test your technology. Ensure that your camera and microphone are working and that your internet's running smoothly. The one annoying thing that could happen when your head's in the game is a technical error to throw you off. Number 3, minimize your distractions. Have your interview in a quiet and tidy setting and always pay attention to your interviewer.
Do you think I deserve your full attention?
That's all from me. Now that you know our 3 tips, we wish you all the best for your virtual interview.
All right. Okay. Okay, so basically that is part of the tips how can you ace a virtual interview. So basically this virtual interview, digital interview, video resume is really important in today's environment. Okay, I mean today's current situation. Okay, so we have a question from Lysandra Gabriel Story. What are the common questions asked other than how or what or how do you see yourself in 5 years' time? So basically, interviewer will ask you about yourself. What are your strengths, your weaknesses? Why do you want this job? How do you see yourself fit in the company? What's your ideal company? What attracted you to apply for this current position, and how do you think this position would fit you? Yep, things like that. Maybe they would also ask you if what can you contribute to the company if they hire you? Yeah. Any other questions? I hope I answer your question, Lysandra. Okay, I think we're about to end our session in 3 minutes. So come on, guys. Any other questions? Okay, I would like to thank all of you guys for attending this session, and we really hope that we will see you guys in tomorrow's session. If you guys have any question, just let us know. I mean, just drop us any question in our Instagram. Do follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube. We will share a lot of tips that would help you guys. Okay, our main our all our accounts is a grad one, so you guys can just check out grad one on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and also YouTube. Thank you, everyone. See you guys tomorrow at 11 at 11. Okay. I hope uh, I hope this sharing will give you a new insight, and I hope I answer all of your questions. Once again, thank you, and I hope, and don't forget to fill in your attendance at the Google form that my colleague shared just now. Okay. And of course, you can always rewatch this bootcamp on our grad1.com/live. Okay. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Siti Nurhazika. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. No problem, Maxwell, Ilya, Diane. Yep. Mhm.